YouTube, what's up? Today we are exploring a section of Uwharrie Forest. Since we've already done all the Burkhead trails, we drove down to which one are we at today?
Walker's Creek Trailhead.
Yeah, so we drove down to the Walker's Creek Trailhead. That's the last one in the Uwharrie Forest before you have to walk the road about 3 miles or so. Roughly 3 miles. It might be 3.5, I can't remember, but maybe somewhere around there. You got to walk the roads to Burkhead, to the I believe it's Hannah's Creek Trail. So that would be the Robbins Branch parking, I think. That lot is the southern part of the Burkhead Wilderness. So we're at the newest section. Like I said, this opened back in somewhere around 2021, I think. And in the background there's some buildings, and we'll show you this one. There's an old garage. And then we have a field behind us.
Yep.
And looks like an old tree stand in this tree. There's some boards on the ground here. And then there's the stand, looks like wedged up in the tree. So yeah, you'll find some old deer stands from time to time. This land was donated to the Park Service, National, I guess, whatnot, and the wildlife people manage it. But yeah, I had come before and it was just a field and it was not overgrown, but it's grown a lot since last fall when I was out here on foot just looking around. But we're going to attempt to fly the drone. There's one view from up here at above the parking area that we're at with these buildings. There's a view of the north facing view of the Uwharrie Forest and wilderness area. But we're in this is what it looks like now. It's grown up a lot. Then as you walk down on off this ridge, you'll see another building. So yeah, there's a few buildings on the land here that was most recently donated. So now a little bit less road walk as before this trailhead. Walker's Creek has some archaeological sites in the distance. We obviously aren't going to those today. There is a slate pile we'll probably see, and Walker's Creek we'll have to cross. The locals have a spot there called Biscuit Rocks. We'll see those, and a water rock, which is our water wall, which has been built near Walker's Creek long time ago, 1800s probably, early 1900s, where they were trying to do flood control because the trees wasn't there. It was probably fields, and then as we're approaching 100 years or longer, now you have a forest that's grown. But over here used to be a field. This is the good view in the distance. People used to camp out here too, but it's grown now. As you see, the fire pit here used to be a fire pit. Right in the distance there. Probably can't see it well with the camera, this camera. We're gonna have to get a new camera later, but check this out. We cracked our screen a while back and we gotta get a new camera. Over there's a good view of the northern Uwharrie section, but the leaves are on the trees, so it's hard to see visually right now. And then there's another old building in the distance, but like I say, they're not that old, but it just came with this land donation to the Park Service. interesting spot to check out. And then after this, we're going to hit the Walker's Creek Trail and make our way down the trail. It's very humid today. We're only gonna do what we can, but our goal is to work our way south to Walker's Creek. I don't know what this used to be. Some kind of little, I don't know. But yeah, it's just something to appreciate. All right, guys, I'm gonna cut it off here for a little bit. We'll hit you up as we walk to the parking lot. We'll show you that, and we'll show you the trailhead as we work our way on the Walker's Creek Trail into the Uwharrie Forest. We're gonna take the Uwharrie Trail all the way down to a slate pile, to a old moonshine evaporator or a boiler. Piece of equipment's there. The rock wall or water wall, whatever you call it, biscuit rocks, and then we're gonna cross that and attempt to go out to the Luther's Place trail access that's not well known, and we're gonna check that out. And that's our goal for today.
This right here is what would be a marker tree if it was a little older. Back in the day, Indians, they took a tree and they bent it that way, pointing towards a stash or something. But this is too young for that to be the case here.
So yeah, cool find. This, like you said, these old trees that are bent over. That one's way too young. But often, if it was 100 years old or older, which is not likely to find any in this day and time because of logging, but they often mark trails, they marked water, and then sometimes even, like he said, stashes, and could be treasures or whatnot. But often it was water sources, because that was like treasure then, and or caves, things like that. They would use the marker trees for, and they often used natural landmarks in navigation, like Pilot Mountain Knob. Out in the Cape Fear, they used Raven Rock as a navigation marker. That kind of stuff. But yeah, cool place. We're gonna go to the parking lot and film there and the trailhead, and then we're gonna make our way on to the Uwharrie Trail from the Walker's Creek Trailhead.
The parking lot of the Walker's Creek Trailhead.
Yep, checking some nice signage out. And then, hey, our buddies, 12 Stone Adventures, they volunteer and they do upkeep on the Walker's Creek Trailhead section all the way out, I think, to the old Luther's Place trailhead. So, but it's 12 Stones Adventures, and they're on our YouTube channel, on our recommended channels or channels that we said check out. They're on that as well. So give them a hit up, subscribe to them too. They do a lot of outside stuff, kayaking and hiking. And then up here's the official trailhead. And this tells you King Mountain is 3.7 miles away. And then Joe Moffat's 4.8. And our other videos in our playlist, we have one for the Uwharrie Forest and Burkhead Wilderness. So we've already hiked to King Mountain from the Joe Moffat Trailhead. We've already done that, but we would like to get to King Mountain from here and complete this section, because we section it out. We don't do a lot of camping. We do more like day hikes, things like that, for the most part. But anyway, that's our goal, is to hike this one southbound, and we'll go as far as we can in this hot humidity. We had a late start because the humidity was literally 97% at 7 a.m. this morning. We're after lunch, humidity is still 70% range. And on record to date, they're telling us this is the most humid summer in over a decade that we've had in Central North Carolina. So it's some serious business. But anyway, we'll hit you up as we see some cool stuff on this trail. We'll break in and show you. One last quick thing with this sign here. The 12 Stones Adventures I told you about, at the bottom, they'll often stack 12 stones.
There's 12. hidden in there.
He'll often stack his 12 stones around the post that they help and contribute to the upkeep of this section of trail. Anyway, just want to give you a heads up about that. Kind of neat little fact to learn. And we'll catch you on down the trail. All right, so we're on the Uwharrie Trail from the parking lot here at Walker's Creek Trailhead, and you come down about point 2, you'll see the sign. It's a slate pile. All right, what's weird about this is you'll see rocks around, right? These are just regular old rocks that you normally see out here.
Nothing special here.
But when you walk down here, well, it's about a 0.2 mile walk down. When we get to the end of this little side trail, we're going to show you a slate pile, like the sign said, that the ancient people, the Indians and whatnot, used to make their spearheads and then later arrowheads. So let's go check it out. We got a rain shower out here in the Uwharrie Forest.
A little cool down.
Rain. It's beautiful.
Yep.
Beautiful music. This is obviously people stack these rock slates up, but look, this is hundreds of pounds of slate right here, been chipped off, as you can see. And then you got slate piles. You gotta be careful. It's wet and slick. Spiderwebs. You got slate here.
All out here.
A big piece over here. I mean, you're talking about probably 70, 80 pound rock.
These are monsters.
And it's been chipped out. As you can see, it's been worked and chipped out. And then you got slate here. Some slate out here.
It's just all out here.
And then over this way, more slate. But that's up. You got these piles of slate.
Yeah, some of these are like square cut almost. Perfect.
But isn't that a cool find? Is this slate area is almost like a small archaeological find, because you can tell where probably it's been worked and people make spearheads and later arrowheads out of this. And the slate is odd that it's just in this little area, these little piles. I don't know that it was brought in, because that one rock looks like it's hundreds of pounds, but this is a slate pile. Let us know what y'all think of it. But what a cool find out here. Not very far at all from the parking lot, Walker's Creek Trailhead, guys. So get out here and explore yourself. We're gonna continue up the trail. We're gonna listen to this rain falling. We got a little rain shower, and we should be finding a piece of moonshine history coming up here shortly. In front of it. So this piece of equipment, guys. So the bottom's already rusted out of this piece of equipment here. But this is, some people call it an evaporator, a boiler. It had the bottom, it's rusted out, I'm sure, but sorghum was grown out here, you know, 80 years ago, 100 years ago. This is what we found at Pilot Mountain on Horn Creek Farm. They had something like this that used sorghum. The Horn family planted tons of sorghum for sorghum syrup. But here, there's a creek crossing very close, a small creek crossing. This is here, not far from it. You would take sorghum, which was a grain crop, put it in here. You would boil it down to a sugar or whatnot, kind of like you would do with any other grain, and you can make your moonshine, sorghum moonshine. But anyway, interesting find. But check that, he'll film some of that in more detail. So just to let you know that this place, Uwharries are full of history. So it's awesome to explore, and leave stuff like that alone. We just looked at it, filmed it, took some pictures, and leave it for somebody else to find too. But that's why we share what we find, is to hope to get you out to see it. And if people have trouble finding things that we have, if you'll hit us up on email or whatnot, if you're a subscriber to our channel or Instagram page or whatnot, then we'll send you cords and help you find it. All right, folks, we're gonna go up and see if we can actually hit Walker's Creek.
something. Found Walker's Creek. About a mile or so.
Yeah, guys, this is a good water source. Very clean water. We've been rainy, even though we complain about all weather, right? But no, get out. It's hot, it's humid, but mushroom city out here. We've seen some awesome mushrooms. We'll be posting those on our Instagram page. We did some cool photos with it, you'll see. And then Walker's Creek, there's a water wall nearby. We're gonna try to find it. I wanna say it's over here. So those rocks, that way, the creek, this Walker's Creek, you cross it, right? And then you can walk downstream, very short distance. And then the locals call this biscuit rocks. It's just a series of rocks that just stick up and out of the water. But that's what it's called, biscuit rocks. If anybody else has a better solution why it's called biscuit rocks, let us know. But hopefully you can see it with the camera. Let me fix it like that for you.
Frog. Found a fish trap, whatever you call it.
Yeah, the V.
The V in the water.
Hopefully that shows up, guys, but there's definitely a V shape in the middle of Walker's Creek right here. It's definitely a V and deeper hole inside of that. Hiking in mass humidity, and we got, look at this growth. I mean, the size of that is huge. Pretty cool stuff. You get to find a lot of fungi and a lot of mushrooms in this type of temperature. All right, so we found biscuit rocks for you guys. We got those done. Walker's Creek. We try to find the water rock, unsuccessful because we probably don't know what we're looking for in this growth this time of year. But we'll see on the way back. We're trying to hit up here. We're gonna keep going.
What's going on, guys? We
What's
stopped
happening?
here on Eaglesfield Road where the trail crosses over.
Yeah, it's a private gravel road. We made it this far. Unfortunately, we got to head back. The humidity's just soared back up and I'm wore out.
Yeah.
Hope you enjoyed the video, but this is what the road looks like, guys. See it? It's gravel, and then you got the gate that goes across there. And then show them the trail, Ethan. Where's it at? Right there. Right there's the trail. And this is the private road that it crosses. Can't park out here at this gate. I think it's just private property, but you'd have to have permission. We were going to try to make the Luther's place. He donated a section of land back years ago. I don't know if it was the 70s, 80s, but he donated an access point at his place before we had the Walker's Trailhead. It wasn't even in existence. So be respectful if you park there to his family and farm. And we will be parking at that trailhead next and hiking back to this road and then back down toward the highest peak, which is Kings Mountain. Well, buddy, what do you got to say?
That's it. Yep.
On the way back, we'll attempt one more attempt at the water rock. We could not find it because we probably were on the wrong side of the creek. And this time of year, everything's grown up. It's thick. So, hey, cool stuff in the video, though. We're always finding stuff and learning stuff. The ancient forest has lots of secrets. And the trail is just one little tiny piece of it. All right, folks. Give us a like, share our channel, subscribe, comment. That's how you can help us out. And as you see, there's a pile of rocks here. There you go. This goes back into woods. And then the trail's right here, but it's also got a trail marker that says hiking only, Forest Service. And then that's the road you cross over. Until the next adventure, folks, we'll see you. Stay safe out there.